This is an emergency episode of What's in the Box. What's in the box? I'm not even gonna lie with you guys. I know it's in the top one, so we're gonna open up the bottom one first because this is the one that I want. Oh, fantastic. But it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. For the moment I have been waiting for since the movie came out. It is finally time. I'm gonna... You guys have no idea how excited I am to open this. I'm so excited, I forgot to turn my light on. I'm that excited right now! This isn't me on a sugar high. This isn't me after drinking a Bang energy drink. This isn't me being really horny, which I know is different for you guys, but hear me out. Looking at this case, I wanna... I don't even want to look at this box. I'm gonna keep this box. This box is going somewhere in my room, gosh darn it. But like, top of the box, nothing special. Side of the box, that's beautiful artwork. I love that artwork. I love the sand. I love the lightning. I love the way they look. I think I prefer the artwork on this side than on this side. I think this is very plain looking compared to this. It almost looks like different artists, honestly. I love this back here. This is a very plain back, but I mean, you know, sometimes the back is just better than the front. And this is not one of those cases. But it's okay. It is what it is. As you can see, they come with a bunch of interchangeable hands and 3 web line effects. Cool, I guess. Accessories aren't really what I'm here for. I honestly just want these 3. But is what it is. Is what it is. Is what it is. Also, these guys caused a little bit of a controversy online. And for those who are unfamiliar with it, I'll get into that later. Also, I know a lot of you guys are probably very surprised that I'm reviewing something that isn't anime or import. Again, I love Spider-Man to death. I stepped on something! This was getting reviewed no matter what. Even if I never did reviews on my channel, this was getting reviewed. It would probably be better if I did these in order, but who cares? Gosh darn it, Tom! I feel a certain way about this body mold, and I'll get to it. But we'll take a closer look at the figure before I start making my complaints. This paint is actually really, really good. They didn't go too crazy on the gold, which I kind of like, because looking at the SH Figure Arts one, the gold is kind of like orange. And that's nothing against SH Figure Arts, I just personally prefer the more muted gold on this one. I also, in terms of this suit, just this suit in the MCU, I don't really like it too much. I feel like it's kind of too much. Like, don't get me wrong, I really like this suit, but I think what would have made this suit work more for me would have been if the lenses were gold. I just don't like, I feel like the lenses still being black is kind of weird. I think Hasbro actually did a really good job on the paintwork on this guy, because when he originally came out, there is an original version of this guy. He was a much brighter red. I believe none of the web lines were like filled in, and he was just kind of a plain looking figure. This guy though, this guy is great. I love the way he looks. I'm blown away by how well Hasbro did this. And I'm not trying to like kiss the buttocks of Hasbro, because Hasbro has done me dirty in the past sometimes, but this is honestly a really well done figure. You know what? Hold on, this body mold. Let me talk about this body mold before I forget. Let me also put my camera in this. I am personally not a big fan of this body mold. I think it's getting better, but I feel like Hasbro makes Tom Holland Spider-Man a little too muscular. Like, don't get me wrong, this is definitely the best it's looked so far, but I feel like something about his body mold throws me off. I don't know what it is. I feel like he's maybe, like, it's, like, around his torso, I feel. Like, let me get, hold on a second. I really couldn't tell you what it is. It's just something about what this body mold does that this one doesn't. That this feels more like Tom Holland under a suit than this one. I don't know. It's just a gripe I have with the way Hasbro molds the body, but it's very small. I don't know. And I've met Tom Holland in real life. He is a thick boy. All right. What do you mean by that? This is not. He ain't this thick though. I'm exaggerating. Okay, we're gonna move on. Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Peter 3. And you hold that name well! Woo! Ah! Sorry. I personally don't like Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies all that much. Genuinely speaking, I think Amazing Spider-Man 3 would have redeemed the character. I think Amazing Spider-Man 3 would have been great. That being said, Sony, you're making villain movies for no gosh darn reason, and you know what? An Amazing Spider-Man 3 that takes place either before, in between, or after the events of No Way Home, I think could work. I'm talking to you, Sony. Look me dead in my black eyes. Make the movie. Stop giving us villain movies. We don't want them. Give us Amazing Spider-Man 3. Okay. Now that that's done, let's take a look at the figure. This guy looks really good. I like how muted his colors are. It gives him something that kind of stands out. I personally wouldn't have minded it if his suit was a bit brighter, but this is a step up from the original figure that I didn't think was a bad figure. It didn't quite look like the costume from Amazing Spider-Man 2, but I mean, this is a great figure. This is really good. Not a whole lot of design and detail really going on, like back logo looks good, front logo looks good. Andrew is the tallest of the 3 Spider-Man actors, in the wise words of insert name here, because I'm forgetting it right now. Andrew Garfield is a long boy.
What do you mean by that?
He is very long, and I think they nailed it in terms of his overall build. I can see Andrew Garfield being underneath this costume. Tom, I gotta squint a little bit. But this guy's rocking it. Unfortunately, on my version, there is a little bit of paint bleeding right there. Just a little bit of red. I don't know how that got there, but you know what? Whatever. I really don't mind it that much. Gives my figure something that kind of stands out, I guess. So upon further inspection, I don't quite know how well my camera can pick it up, but there is a little bit of scuff around the eye right here. There are just these weird bumps on it that my camera can't quite get. That doesn't bother me too much, but I mean, it's there. Now, for the best Spider-Man out of these three, it is, of course, the Holy Grail himself. The man, the myth, the legend, who can never pay for his rent. Or at least he will, once he gets that darn door fixed. The legendary. Hold on a second, I'm fixing him up. Tobey Maguire. Give me a big, hot, wet, sloppy kiss. This thing looks incredible. It looks great. I think maybe Hasbro might have gone a little too bright on this red, but I mean, it's not bad looking. Like, I don't mind the way it looks. I think they did the silver, the cob pattern very well. There's a whole story behind why Tobey's cobwebbing pattern is raised, if you guys want to know. I don't know it, but I know there's a whole story behind it. Look at that, the back spider looking good. Look at that. There's not as much, like, crazy design and detail on this guy or Andrew as there is Tom, which I think goes to show you how, back in the day, costume designers understood that less was more when it came to the MCU designs, or when it came to just superhero designs when moving to live action. But I mean, you know. The eyes. Okay, let's talk about this. The eyes are kind of far apart. I don't think that makes the figure bad, but I do get what people are saying. The eyes do feel very far apart, and they should really curve up a little bit more. But I will let it slide because personally, it doesn't look that bad to me. And his eyes do feel a bit like wider in No Way Home. And I'm not just trying to say that, like, give Hasbro the pass on this one, but I get it. I understand how that happened. I really love Tobey's run as Spider-Man. I think it was really good, and it was really iconic. And Spider-Man 2, we still compare movies today to that movie. Spider-Man 2 is just, it is a testament of time. It is a testament to time of how good superhero movies can actually be. And I understand why we still talk about it today. And why movies across the Spider-Verse is being compared to a Spider-Man 2. Because it's just that good. And that's not trying to say like a movie wasn't as good as this one or a movie wasn't on the same level. It's just we're trying to say that movies that get us to compare them to Spider-Man 2, those are just good movies. Because in my opinion, superhero sequels almost don't come close at all to Spider-Man 2. If I had to pick one that wasn't Spider-Man related, I would say maybe Winter Soldier. Maybe. I don't know. Winter Soldier, I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this one. Hot take. Hot take. Here comes a hot take. I don't think Captain America Winter Soldier is all that good. I think it's probably one of the better sequels to come out of the MCU. But I personally don't like it all that much. It is definitely probably one of the better action-oriented movies to come out of the MCU, but that's besides the point. Also, I don't think we need Spider-Man 4. I don't think we need what was supposed to be Spider-Man 4 anymore, but I do think we need potentially after the events of No Way Home Spider-Man 4, where maybe Tobey Maguire is training his daughter to be the new Spider-Man, or perhaps a younger teenager who happens to be bitten by a radioactive spider, a teenager who has all the exaggerated swagger of a black teen. I'm talking to you, Sony. Sony, I'm giving you guys way more ideas than you guys can come up with, clearly. Because I don't know what you guys are thinking with all these villain movies, but no one wants to see them. Like, I'm sorry, but your guys' idea of a villain movie is like, let's take the villains that no one cares about and make movies out of them. Like, come on, guys. Seriously. Like, what's next? An Abomination movie? I should not have given that idea to Marvel. They're gonna run with that. I shouldn't have said anything. 3 Spider-Man also come with their little 3 web lines. I don't really care for these, but I mean, they're there, so, you know, cool. Here are the 3 Spider Bros standing together outside of the packaging.
And find good ground to make production by the power of your word being applied to our lives. Lead it to our spirits, we pray, Jesus.
Oh, hey, buddy. Go ahead and take a seat. Go ahead. There's no, don't worry about that. Sit down.
Day for our church.
These guys are incredible. I cannot stress enough. Like, I'm actually almost brought to tears. It's kind of crazy how emotional I'm getting for no reason, but I would have never thought in a million years that we would see these 3 together on screen at the same time and it work. Like, that is something that only fans can think of and come up with. And then, I gotta say, it was honestly genius of Sony to take that concept and run with it. And not just run with it, but, like, expand upon it. I don't know how many of you guys have seen Across the Spider-Verse. I won't say anything for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, because the movie did just come out, but Sony has really stumbled upon a goldmine with No Way Home and Into the Spider-Verse. And honestly speaking, those are the Spider-Man movies that we want to keep seeing. Not, like, don't get me wrong, Kraven actually looks kind of good. I'm probably not going to go see it, but, I mean, it looks good. But, like, no one wants a movie about stinking Big Wheel. No one cares. I'm sorry. There are maybe 2 villains in the universe of superheroes who can get movies and it probably work without the hero. That's Joker and Reverse Flash. You cannot change my opinion on that. Those are the only 2 characters I think can have movies without the heroes in them. There's just something so, like, weird about having all 3 of these guys together. From the same line, from the same company, all packaged in the same box. I knocked over that figure. I know this is the tail end of the video, but I really do want to thank you guys for stopping by and watching. Please stick around for the photo gallery at the end. I am probably going to put 100% of my editing into this video because this was so special to me, and this was something that I wanted to do for such a long time. And to have these 3 in hand, regardless of the controversies that Toby's feet are too blocky, or Andrew's proportions look weird, or Tom's not even fully painted in all the right spots, or they don't have actor likeness heads, or they didn't come with enough accessories, they were overpriced. Who cares, okay? Here's the reason why I will say who cares. Because I have the SH Figuarts Toby right now. I have SH Figuarts version of him. I want to get all 3 of them to eventually do a comparison video between them, but just Toby by himself, the SH Figuarts variant, was more than half of the price for all these guys. These guys was, I think, $103 altogether. Toby was $84. Now, granted, that's a lot more bang for your buck, but if you just want to knock them all out of the park and have them, right here. And they look good. They don't look bad. They look great together. They're fun to pose around. They're fun to just have. And I think that's what's most important about them. Could they have been better? Yes. Are they worth $100? Probably not. I would have said this is maybe a $90, $80 box set. I don't think this needs to be $100. But at the same time, it's Spider-Man. And everyone's going to want it. And everyone's going to get it. And I'm sure Hasbro is probably scrounging to make as many of these as possible to get out to people. Because this is something that everyone is going to want. I loved this box set. And I really hope we get a No Way Home wave at some point, because there are some figures from the wave that I would like. Personally, I think we need a new Lizard figure. Everyone else, maybe not. No, we need a new Electro. We need a new Doc Ock, too. Oh, and we need a new Green Goblin. Oh, crap baskets. Do we need a new Sandman? I don't think we need a new Sandman. We can skip him. But, you know, I'm going to go now, because I've been recording for 23 minutes. And I'm probably going to have to condense down this video a lot. But thank you guys so much for watching this with me. And hope you stick around for the photo gallery at the end. Take care, guys. And remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Swing